Hello everyone, my name is François Duboisset.
And my name is Margherita Segala.
We are freelancers conservator and we share this working space in Marseille, France.
Today we are here to talk about a restoration that we made at the French National Museum of Sport in Nice on 4 bicycles of some great winners of the Tour de France.
The aim of the restoration was to present this bicycle as an exhibition celebrating the centennial of the Maillot Jaune, yellow jersey, the emblem of the winner of the Tour de France. The bicycle tires, the older one about 100 years old, was the most deteriorated part, and they have been the subject of the restoration.
The French National Museum of Sport entrusted us with the restoration of 4 bicycles. The first one of Philippe Thies from the 20s, one of Antonin Magne from the 30s, one of Eddy Merckx from the 70s, and the last one of Bernard Hinault from the 80s. The tires are made of carbon black field vulcanized natural rubber. The internal reinforcements are made of vegetal fiber, probably cotton. The fibers and the rubber were glued to the rim with a turpentine resin shellac or rosin. In the most deteriorated areas, the rubbers were cracked, rigid, deformed, and patchy. The structure, made of fibers, had severely frayed, either in groups of free filaments or in textile strips. The main issue concerned the conservation of rubbers that had become stiff and brittle.
There were several solutions available to us, and we opted for a reshaping of the tires based on protocols elaborated for the treatment of plastic materials. I realized a research supported by the CNAP, French National Center of the Plastic Arts, about the mechanical and chemical modification of rubbers according to their aging and the possibility of consolidation. The samples were consolidated with different adhesives that we tested with a traction test to verify the reactions. Tests of solubility were also carried on to find area of solubility in the teeth triangle for aged rubber. Unlike the fresh rubber, the deteriorated ones are susceptible to polar solvents.
The restoration started with the removal of dust and a surface cleaning with a pH buffer solution and some Muji sponges. A white foreign material on a tire was removed mechanically. The deformed part of the tire was disengaged with the help of an isoctane injection in order to dissolve the terpene adhesive. The removed tires and all the deformed pieces were covered with a gel of isopropanol and Clusal G. Isopropanol has a light softening property on deteriorated rubbers. The pieces were shaped in the original form with the aid of small weights for 4 days in order to reshape the rubber. The zones presenting the major fragilities were consolidated with ethylene vinyl acetate in cyclohexane, a more concentrated, softer and easy to remove adhesive. The last part of the conservation process was the retouching on the missing parts of the resin on the rims, of the bicycle saddles and on certain distinctive elements of the frames. The retouching was made by Laro Palais 81 resin with dry ground pigments. A pigmented filling was prepared to close a visible rupture on a saddle. This intervention allowed us to preserve the original materials of the historical bicycles, allowing to bring the tire rubbers back to their original form and to expose the objects in the context of a museum exhibition. The knowledge of the mechanical properties of the rubbers and the possibilities of their conservation are important issues and deserve more attention, particularly regarding the whole industrial and technical heritage that will increasingly need to be conserved.